In one of my Pause and Praise last week, I mentioned a marathon that was taking place here in Milwaukee and finishing just a few blocks from our house here in church here in the Bayview neighborhood of Milwaukee. And this past Saturday, Christine Blue and I, we went down there to cheer on the runners from all over the country who were in town to run a marathon. And there were many beautiful scenes as we were there, but one in particular stood out. On the corner, about a half a mile from the finish line, there was a gentleman who was perched there, a spectator. He had a Bluetooth speaker that was just blasting pick-me-up music. When we walked by, it happened to be What a Feeling from the movie Flashdance. And he was trotting up and down the side of the road with a cowbell, just vigorously waving it to make lots of noise and just shouting all sorts of words of support and encouragement to the runners passing him by. And it was just really wonderful to see. Many of these runners were in a lot of pain and exhaustion. They were over 25 miles into their run. And when they heard the music, when they heard the cowbell, when they heard his words of encouragement, it was a real pick-me-up. He was a corner of support for so many runners who found the strength to smile or to nod or to wave or to say thank you or even chuckle a little bit, even though they were all in so much pain and experiencing so much exhaustion. Now, as I continue to really sit with and linger with those gospel stories of Jesus' followers locked in a room after Easter, one of the angles through which we can come to read that story is God's ability through Jesus to be this corner of support, to keep finding a way into their locked lives, and there be a corner of support to equip and empower them and support them to grow into something new through the gift and experience of Easter. And then that is a holy Easter invitation for you and for me to pause and pray today, to reflect on where it is that we find those corners of support in our lives. I know I found one this morning in coffee with a colleague whom I appreciate so much. And spend some time this Easter season just lingering on and in those corners of support. Or maybe being about the work of reaching out to others to be a corner of support for somebody else as well. Easter peace and blessings to you all.